This is a Fangirls Going Rogue priority transmission.
All team, give it everything you got!
It's time to fangirl flail with Fangirls Going Rogue.
Count me in.
I don't think there's anything more important in the Star Wars universe than the fans.
News, discussion, and commentary from the female point of view.
You call this a diplomatic solution?
No, I call it aggressive negotiations.
With your hosts, Teresa Delgado, Trisha Barr, and Sarah Woloski.
Boy, am I glad to hear your voice.
Strap in, because this is where the fun begins.
I like the sound of that.
Hello, I'm Trisha Barr, one of the co-hosts of Fangirls Going Rogue. This week, Fangirls Going Rogue had the opportunity to participate in the Obi-Wan Kenobi Press Tour Roundtable. It was a blast to join fellow Star Wars podcasters Dan Zier of Coffee with Kenobi, James Byrne of Jedi News, Charlotte Arity and Caitlin Plesher of Sky Talkers podcast. You will hear questions from each participating podcast. This interview is with Moses Ingram, a new face in Star Wars. She plays the Inquisitor Reva and shares insights into the character and what to expect. If you haven't already, check out her interviews with actor Ewan McGregor and director Deborah Chow over at Fangirls Going Rogue, and look for more content regarding Celebration and Obi-Wan Kenobi coming soon. And for now, Moses Ingram.
I want every lowlife and bounty hunter to squeeze him.
Well, it's wonderful to speak with you. Thank you so much. Question for you. So, how do the Inquisitors from Star Wars Rebels and the lore of Star Wars influence your performance?
Well, actually, it was really important for me to get to know it on its own outside of what was written. So yeah, mainly for me, my prep was really with the prequels and like the timeline that we were in and trying to figure out everything that I could about the space that we were about to attack.
Nice to meet you, Moses. We are really excited about your character and can't wait to see you on screen. Did you do a lot of research in terms of going back to the animated series to see how the Inquisitors were portrayed there?
No. I really just focused on the prequels in terms of, getting cozy in the timeline with where we were.
What motivates Reva and what is pushing her on her journey to Obi-Wan?
Well, it's her job as a subordinate of Darth Vader as a Jedi hunter, and we're here in this series with the Jedi, and so, she's gonna do her job to the best of her ability. She plays the offensive, and she's always 10 steps ahead.
In The Queen's Gambit, you played the best friend of a chess champion, but it seems like what we've seen so far that your character, Reva, might be playing some chess. Other than obviously playing with a lightsaber, what else did you enjoy about playing Reva?
It was great because every day was different. Obviously you read what you have coming in the next day, but sometimes it's even more fun to see, which ways we might have to redo a thing to make it work better or undo a thing to change things. I feel like it's always just this moving wheel that you really got to be on your A game to stay on.
So I'd love to hear your description of when you first walked on the set and they handed you your lightsaber prop, and then seeing yourself on screen in full costume for the first time with your special effects added to that legendary weapon.
Yeah, it's really crazy. So it actually happens in parts. So in the gym, you have to train with your weapons and things. And so as it was in process, Brad, our props master, would come in and, you know, sort of shape it to my hands as we would go along. And so he'd come in with like this black box and open it up, and there would be my piece, which was like always really exciting for me. And that first day that we're on set it's in the trailer, where we're like coming off of the ship and into this big hole in the ground. And it's just so surreal. And I think that's also the first time that, because we play in rehearsal with dummy ones too, so I had never had it lit when we were rehearsing. But seeing it lit the first time in front of you, like in action, is crazy. It's really crazy.
When you were on the BBC One show last week, you started to talk about some of the learning some of the fight scenes and some of the training that you went through. And I wondered if you just talk to us about that, because it was quite an ordeal to do all of that training.
It was actually. I was a full-on athlete during the shooting of this project. And, you know, 5 days a week of your regular, like, running, strength training, and then Jedi school on top of that, which is, like, a lot of core strength, and then implementing all of the training and agility with your stunt training. But it was also, even though it was intense, it was really fun, because I'd be in the room with Ewan, or Hayden would be in the room, and we'd be on different sides of the room. But you just get inspired by how hard people are working. You want to rise to the occasion. And so it was hard, but certainly worth it.
It's great to talk to you today. I was wondering if you could talk about the costume of Reva. What was it like putting it on? How did you feel in it?
That was also another really surreal moment. I actually got a little misty putting it on. You know, I felt like the little kid in me was just elated to be in this really slick suit. Our costume designer, Sudarat, did an amazing job building this costume that does a lot of the work for you. You know, you step into it and it doesn't allow you to slouch. It just holds you up and holds you together. And it's very grand and surreal, sick, yeah.
You're coming into a show where two of the actors have a long relationship together, and in Star Wars in particular. What did you learn from Ewan and Hayden on this show?
You know, they really do lead by example. So many people love them and have personal memories with them that they don't even know about, and they're so gracious every time. I think on this press tour, that's one of the things that's been really rewarding for me to see, is people seeing Ewan and Hayden together on the street and just stopping in their tracks, sometimes crying, laughing themselves to tears even. It brings a lot of people a lot of joy, and I think that's probably been the best part from the outside.
And so now you're going to get that kind of reactions when you're out. So I would love to know, what do your family and friends think about you being a part of this huge galaxy?
It's funny because, so when the initial announcement came out, there was, of course, excitement and joy. Oh my God, you're going to be in Star Wars. And as we started the press tour, I've actually had more friends be like, I didn't know you were in Star Wars. I thought you were just like in it. I didn't realize you were like in it. I'm like, yeah, I'm actually in it. So that's really funny. So it's like another wave of excitement now that they're like, I mean, I thought, you know, you'd be there for like a couple seconds, but, you know, yeah.
I think it's amazing to hear those reactions and things. What was your grounding in Star Wars? What did you know about Star Wars before you came into this project? Were you a fan?
Well, I knew, you know, I mean, in pop culture, this like Darth Vader is the villain and Obi-Wan is like the archetypal hero. And then, of course, I had a lightsaber like most kids do. And, you know, I think I was more blessed, though, to discover Star Wars via being cast than to have seen the movies when I was a kid coming up. You know, because now it's tied to so many personal memories and moments for me and people for me in a way that I appreciate more. I think in some ways it would have been harder having loved Star Wars so much at the top, you know, to like focus and like work without pressure at the beginning. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
And
now you're going to be creating those memories for other people.
Yeah, feel really blessed.
What 3 words would you use to describe Reva?
I'm gonna try to use 3 I haven't used yet. Deadly. Ooh, part of me wants to say Slytherin, but maybe that's not a good one. But I'll say deadly and offensive and present.
I read that you had some input into the design of Reva's hair. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Well, yeah, the original hair design, it was just something that my hair doesn't do on its own. It would have taken a lot of work to make my hair do what we wanted originally. And Deborah Chow, our director, bless her, was really welcoming in having me be a part of the process of developing who Reva would be. And so it was really important for me that when kids with hair like mine, you know, potentially want to be me for Halloween, they can wear their own hair and not have to don a wig because I donned a wig, you know what I mean? So that was really important to me. That's how we ended up with the braids.
For the physicality of this role, more specifically, of course, the fight sequences and the lightsaber training, how challenging was that? I must admit, I mean, it's one thing to play when you're a kid, like we've all done, but when you're doing it and you know you're going to face off against Ewan McGregor and Hayden, and you know you've got that going for you, what was that like?
It's tough, you know what I mean? That first day in particular, Ewan and I were in training, and he picks up the lightsaber, and of course he's been doing this for years, and so he's just whipping it and twirling it like it's not anything, and I'm having trouble just keeping it in my hand for certain simple twirls, you know what I mean? And then there are the other things, you know, different details of why my character can't spin it a certain way, and so even though something might be easier, it's like storyline wise too, there are things that you have to consider in learning the lightsaber as well. And so if at first you don't succeed, try and try again, but once you get it, you feel really confident at it, or I did at least.
How was it working on the volume using the stagecraft technology? Because I'm assuming that you'd never experienced that way of working before.
No, I hadn't. The scale of this project is definitely something I'd never experienced. It's funny listening in comparison to Ewan and Hayden talk about it. You know, we'll be on set and they'll be like, wow, this is really something. We were acting with tennis balls and blue screens, and this is just, it's different for you, Moses, you know, which I'm really grateful for. I didn't have to do much pretending. You step into the volume and it really is hyper realistic. So wherever the machine shows you are, you feel like you are in that place, and they make the floors match as well. It's pretty crazy.
So what was it like to be on the dark side team with Darth Vader himself?
Pretty sick. Yeah. I mean, like I said, like he's the villain. Even when we were doing our Vanity Fair shoot, standing next to, you know, Vader is like large, very large, you know what I mean? And so it's pretty crazy, pretty surreal is the best word. Yeah, surreal.
When you think about this character and the impact that she's going to have, what do you hope people take away from Reva?
What do I hope people take away from Reva? You know, I mean, I hope they enjoy the overall story, I guess, you know, and how it all plays together as a unit. I mean, it's super dope to be it's super fun for me to be the villain, and I hope they're able to feel in it the fun that we had making it.
So when you've done all your work and it's time for whatever you're making, whether it's Obi-Wan Kenobi or something else, how do you watch it for the first time? Or are you an actor who doesn't watch their work?
I don't watch. I don't watch. If I have to watch it with an audience, I'll watch with the audience because it feels like the respectful thing to do a lot of times with premieres. But aside from that, I don't. Yeah.
Have you had an opportunity yet to see yourself immortalized as a 3 3/4 inch or a 6-inch action figure?
I have.
And
it is crazy. It has my dimensions, which is even wilder to me. It's like, it's me, but like in miniature form. And it has my face. It's so crazy. Yeah, it makes me giddy still.
At least you know what to get everyone now for their birthday.
Here's me. You're welcome. Thank you.
So what was it like to work with Deborah Chow?
Deborah Chow is amazing. And she really does and did work around the clock to make this amazing for the people who love it so much. And she doesn't complain. And so welcoming to everyone into this with her in building. You know, she's just so free of ego and unthreatened by anyone. And, you know, energy on set works top down, and I think it was so cool because Deborah is so cool. So cool.
Every production has a challenge and every actor has a challenge. What was your challenge on this show, Kenobi?
If I had to call something challenging, I would say it would have to be the level of athleticism that was required for this. But it's really, it wasn't like off-putting in any way. It was still so fun to be a part of and to do every day, and to challenge our bodies in that way was really dope as well.
You can't escape him!
Visit us over at fangirlsgoingrogue.com. For social media, Fangirls Going Rogue. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at FGGoingRogue. Trisha, you can find at Fangirl Cantina. Sarah at Jedi Tink. And Sandra at Geek Chic 9. You can leave us a voicemail, 331-21-EWOKS. Email us, contact at fangirlsgoingrogue.com. Facebook, just type Fangirls Going Rogue, and we also have the private Facebook group. You just have to answer the 3 questions. And please go to Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts and leave a positive 5-star review. We need your reviews so more people can find us. Until next time, yub, yub.
They're coming. Stay hidden, or we will not survive.